Melodisch raustragen, fangen wir an, musikalisch unterstützt von meiner Lieblingsband. Seit 50 Jahren auf der Suche nach dem vierten Akkord. Hier sind sie. Here we go with Status Quo. Like ice in the sun. Und
I'm a little boy, I lived alone and lonesome anymore. When she touches me, I melt away. I'm underneath the floor. Like ice in the sun, I melt away. Whenever she comes, I melt away. Like ice in the sun, I melt away. I kneel down in a chair, read a book, as if I couldn't hear her. But she is in a room and I must look, I see her everywhere. Like ice in the sun, I melt away. Whenever she comes, I melt away. Like ice in the sun, I melt away. Like ice in the sun, I melt away. Whenever she comes, I melt away. Like ice in the sun. Whatever you want, whatever you like, whatever you say, you pay your money, you take your choice. Whatever you need, whatever you use, whatever you win, whatever you lose. You're showing up, you're showing out. You look for trouble, turn around, give me a shout. I'll take it all, you squeeze me dry. Another day you couldn't even say goodbye. I could take you home on the midnight train again. I could make an offer you can't refuse. Whatever you want, whatever you like, whatever you say, you pay your money, you take the choice. Whatever you need, whatever you use, whatever you win, whatever you lose. Rock and roll and you, it's all I wanna do. It's all I ever knew. It's rock and roll and you. No fancy plans for theater and dance. 12-mile blues, give me half a chance. That'll do. Give me rock and roll and you. Yeah, yeah, you're looking at the right one. Yeah, yeah, it's got to be done. You know you're feeling it, turn the lights on. This is gonna run and run. Rock and roll and you, it's all I wanna do. It's all I ever knew. It's rock and roll and you. Rock and roll. Rock and roll. Rock and roll. Rock and roll and you.
Status Quo. Ice in the sun. Whatever you want. Rock and roll and you, die neue. So. Gentlemen, die haben extra meinetwegen ihre Tour unterbrochen. Okay. Moment, okay. Ja. Ich verspreche euch, Moment, okay. Wunderbar. Wenn ihr weiter so brav seid, am Ende kommt Status Quo nochmal. You gonna be back at, right? You come back? Okay. Großes Finale mit Status Quo ist versprochen, aber damit erpresse ich euch, okay? Für euch alle. Also, das ist ein Gefallen, den ich mir selber tue. Mit diesem Lied verabschiede ich mich aus Mallorca. Wir haben 3 große Wetten, das Special Shows. Das ist nicht das Ende von Wetten, das. Wir schlagen nochmal zu, Oktober, November, Dezember. In Nürnberg bin ich noch, in Friedrichshafen und in Leipzig. Am 8.10. gibt es aus Nürnberg eine Show, wo wir uns nochmal über 30 Jahre Wetten, das freuen. Und hier, für euch und ein bisschen auch für mich, Status Quo. Rockin! All over the world. Rick Parfitt, Francis Rossi und seine Leute. Rockin! All over the world. Dankeschön. Danke, Mallorca.
Ja, neben mir 2 Jungs, auf die Rockgeschichte nicht verzichten kann und will. Status Quo. Welcome and yeah, first of all, you look great.
Oh,
The
thank you.
bling bling stuff. Hauptstadtrocker Berlin. Where do you have it from?
Well, I always wear this stuff on stage and stuff, and Look 54 give me this stuff and jackets and stuff, and I love it. It's just,
Which is very nice from them.
really,
Oh, da hinten glitzert's noch mehr. There was just a small version of the background.
it's a good look.
Yeah. You just performed at Wetten, especially there are good reasons for you being here. Thomas Gottschalk wanted you to do so as well because he's a huge fan of yours, and it's his last summer show. So how do you feel about being here at the show, at one very important one for him as well?
Very pleased. We're always pleased to do anything for Thomas. He's a good man, and this show has been a big show for years. He's been good to us, and if he asks us to come, we're going to come, and it is TV.
Yesterday, you've been on stage because you're touring Germany right now. It was in Gelsenkirchen. So how was the reaction of the fans to the new stuff?
It was fantastic. We were quite nervous before we went on because normally, well, we're not normally nervous before we go on, but when we're doing new material from the Quid Pro Quo album, just thought I'd mention that, it's a bit nerve-wracking, but it was a fantastic reaction, yeah. But it was raining and, you know...
But I guess the fans didn't care, right?
They didn't care. No, it was wonderful.
No, they're rock and rollers.
It's always good to be in Germany. We always enjoy it.
Yeah. The album Quid Pro Quo, as I read in the booklet, the meaning is like this for that, give and take. Is this kind of a motto of yours, or is it just a really cool name?
Well, I mean, the fact that it mentions quo in it, and I mean, the name status quo is Latin anyway, and this is another Latin phrase, and it's kind of, you know, you scratch mine back, I'll scratch your back.
And like
we love to scratch your back, actually, but never mind.
Go on, scratch your back, scratch your back. Go on, there you go. Lovely.
Und ich kraul ein bisschen. Das ist gut. Actually, the name status quo, it's just not a name, it's a promise. You never really change the style, you develop. Is that maybe the reason why many young artists aren't that successful over the years, because they change too much instead of concentrating and developing their own style? What do you think?
I don't know. I think most people start with a style, and the style is stamped usually by the very early records. It's just that we've always wanted to last in our careers. When we were very young, the last thing you needed was a one-hit wonder, and so we kept going. We just keep going. We didn't decide we're just going to stay the same, but we eventually did stay the same, which is good.
Yeah, there are 14, but you didn't stay the same actually, because there are new 14 songs on the album and a new version of In the Army now. Why did you decide to do a new version out of it?
Well, there's a very good cause in England called Help the Heroes, which serves to help our troops when they come back from the front line in Afghanistan, for instance. And I mean, Francis and I have been down to some of the army camps and seen firsthand what happens. I mean, these lads go away with legs and they come back without legs, you know, and they need not only a lot of mental help and coaching back to health when they get back, but obviously physical as well. So the reason for doing Army was just to contribute, let them know that we care, and you know, raise some money for their rehabilitation.
Actually, isn't it really breathtaking to see all this? Actually, they're almost kids. They're 20 years, 21.
20 years.
How was it for you seeing them? I feel very...
One guy was brought to see us, and he had a woman with him who was looking after him. And her husband had died 6 weeks earlier, but she decided she would take care of this guy because of he'd lost one arm, I think, and 2 legs. But still very up and very chipper. I mean, I don't think we could deal with that. But these guys just think, well, it's the reality. They've lost their legs, but it seems that people turn away. And
that's the reason why.
So we wanted to raise the profile. We did the best we could. Not as good as it could have been, but the best we could.
But I think another thing that really struck us with these guys, and we won't go on about it too much now, but was their bravery and their attitude towards it. You know, that they knew they were going off in a couple of weeks to the front line to fight. I mean, I couldn't do it. I could not do it. I'm just not brave enough. And you know, all credit to them. They're very brave boys.
About the other stuff, the 14 new ones, I guess after 40 years of writing songs and songs and songs, is it still easy to get inspired? Or do you sometimes think, oh, I wrote about almost everything already?
Yeah, I did actually think that this time. And I spoke to our manager, I said, I don't know what to do. He said, well, why don't you try and do you did early, you know, maybe it's Paper Plane or Caroline or Rockin' All Over the World or whatever, you try and do those again. And so it stopped the worry to me, and I think we did turn out quite a good album. For that reason, perhaps.
I think we have to do what we do, you know. if we try and do something different, I think people turn around to us and say, why don't you just do what we all expect from you? So hopefully this album is what people will expect from Quo.
You said it's the best album since 25 years. Isn't the new one always the best?
Yes, it is, I suppose, but sometimes you mean it and sometimes you don't. And this time I really mean it. I can't stop playing the first 4 tracks, and what's even better about this is that we've just started to do them on stage live, as we mentioned earlier, and it's fantastic to play them live, and that's always a good sign for us, you know. And the reaction to them last night was fantastic, and when we get them bedded in a bit more and, you know, play them a little bit more, it's going to be really good.
And playing live is pretty important for you guys. I read that over the times you played in front of more than 24 million people.
And that was all in one go.
One day, a big day. That's what people tell us. Those statistics are always coming along. You say that about bands, but we don't think they're thinking we played to millions of people. It's what you do. It's always another gig. Move the next gig. Do the next gig. It's always about another gig. It's live
But
performance.
what's driving you forward every time?
Isn't that nice?
Better?
Yeah, look, wait 1 second.
Better. Now that's much better.
Now it looks just great.
A little look at yours.
Yeah, I do so. Feels wonderful. Scratch my back and comb my hair. Everything is great now.
You comb my hair, I'll comb yours.
Yeah, Brit for Crow. Yeah. Actually, while preparing for the interview, I mean, it's amazing what kind of stuff you guys did. You experienced so many things. For example, I've got a picture here. You've just been honored by the British Order of the Empire.
Yeah.
How was that evening? Here, the Queen.
Fantastic,
You look
really,
very proud, actually, as
Well,
well.
I
So
mean,
how was that kind of experience?
It's a wonderful thing to happen to us. I don't think we really expected it, and when you get the letter first come through your door, it's like, wow, you know, it feels great. And I shall always remember, I mean, you know, you go out to 10, 20, 30,000 people to play live, and you get some butterflies, but you're not really nervous because we know what we're doing. But going out to meet the Queen on your own, I could hardly walk. It was,
For real?
Oh, it was very nerve-wracking. And I went out before Francis, and Her Majesty said to me, she said, you're a duo, aren't you? And I said, yes, we are, ma'am. She said, where's the other one? And I said, yeah, where's the other one? I said, he's waiting over there. So, no, it was a wonderful day. It was really fantastic, and it's a great honour.
But you know Prince Charles for several years because you're supporting his organization, his charity thing, and he also wrote the foreword of your book in 2009. So you're almost friends, very close to each other?
Now we're friends with Mum. We don't talk to him anymore.
Ah, okay, I understand that. Mum is the better choice.
We played the very first gig for the Prince's Trust to kick it off. God knows how long ago. It was a long time, but it's great to have played the first one. And we've sort of stayed friends ever since. Yeah.
And now nothing is like it was before. Now you're the Empire
rock royalty.
heroes, rock royalty, but actually, of course, nowadays it's different than in the late 70s or 80s. I once talked to Joe Cocker, and he told me, oh, I hardly can remember every time of my career.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah,
there is a lot of that.
Can you still remember all the parts?
I'm quite good at remembering things, but even certain parts, we have periods where we just don't remember 4 or 5 years. I don't, just too much of...
I don't remember the 80s, really. I don't remember much about the 80s at all, no.
But I guess there is stuff you will never forget. The first #1 single,
those kind of things you don't forget. It's some of the nights you'll suddenly there be a night.
Well, I remember going on at Live Aid, and I remember coming off at Live Aid, and in '85, and I don't remember any more. We had a big day. We had a big day. It's just one of those things. That's how it was at the time. You know, we were all out of our trees and enjoying ourselves.
But now it's hard to believe you've got twins, right? 3 years old now. How old are
3
you?
years old.
3 years.
Just 3. Yeah.
You're already grandfather. I hardly can believe. And once you said status quo was always the most important thing in my life, which is also a bit sad. You said.
No, it still is a bit sad because I think my children are suffer, my wife's just we're both the same, but. That's what I said to you earlier, that we wanted, when we were very young, we decided this was going to be. And once we had a hit, we wanted to stay with this. Now, whether that's selfish, whether that's wrong, that's what we did. And you know, in the show business, aren't they great because we've done this show business? But perhaps as parents, we haven't been particularly wonderful. It's just how it is.
Do you sometimes regret that as well, or is it just like it is?
But it's like it is. Some parents, when we are at home, we're at home a lot. And some parents, I don't go out at all when I'm home. So I hope it balances it.
You are still on tour till a couple of months now, right? You're touring
both are,
around.
yeah.
You both.
You're
not
on tour,
only you.
yeah.
So where's
I'm
the
on tour
second
as well.
one? Aren't you due? I thought so, like the Queen.
Sure,
You're
yeah.
touring around. Looking forward to that, seeing all the German cities and the German fans.
Yeah. I mean, we love it here. We always have done. We've been coming here since, you know, the late 60s, early 70s. And we love everything about Germany. We always have done. The cars, the motorways, the girls, the food, everything. We just love it here. And I'm not just saying that. We do love Germany.
She doesn't believe you.
Even
Because I'm Austrian.
Deutsch,
So now go on, what about Austria? Maybe that's the reason why.
That's good.
I'm like,
and we tour all over the world later this year, and then next year, away we go.
okay. You know what I love? I love
stops.
always having you here, and it's always wonderful talking to you. Thank you so much,
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Rick.
Thank you very much.